Coming right up, the Nuggets taking... Welcome, fans. Thanks for joining us for this. Now let's take a look at the Nuggets opening lineup. Michael Porter's out there with Bull. Then there's Jamal Murray. And it's Nikola Jokic. And it's Barton in at the 2. And for the Clippers, Ivica Zubac is out there with Ibaka. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's George in at the 2-guard spot. Now here's Murray. Pass to Porter. Fires for 3. It's hauled in by Zubac. And here's Beverley. He brings it up for the Clippers.
And guys, if there's an X factor for this Nuggets team moving forward, it might be the young man, Michael Porter Jr. Talk about his potential. It could be as high as anybody on that roster.
Yeah, I concur with you there, Greg. I mean, you look at this kid, he's got a great shooting touch and really good scoring instincts that you don't see very often. Extremely gifted. They brought him along slowly, which is the wise thing to do. And if he can come on and realize his potential, he could take him to another level for sure.
Here's George. From deep three-point range, the shot no good. And it's Denver the other way. Now Murray kicks it to Bull over Morris, and it's Bull that time on the assist by Murray.
You know, I really like seeing this from Murray. Looking to get his open teammates involved. Being a willing passer is impressive to his teammates.
And it's George missing. The Nuggets have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Here's Jokic outside for Murray. To the middle. Jokic inside. Zubac defending. Bull. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Serge Ibaka picks one up there.
And like his father, Manu, Bull's combination of size and scoring is very unique. The key for him is just staying healthy.
And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
George way outside. And it's George again missing.
And they're 1 of 5 to start this game. Just really haven't gotten into a flow offensively.
Jokic passes to Barton. Now Bull. Barton outside. Just 5 on the clock. Stolen by Zubac. Morris, left side, down low. And it's George missing.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
Here's Porter. The kick out to Barton. Now, here's Bull. Defense right on him. Barton passes to Porter. Denver needs to get off his shot. Bull can't hit. Clippers trail by 4. And the pass to Zubac. To stop the drought, and the layup is up and in. Well, it seems like every year, Greg, we see some incredible new players come to the NBA, and they are welcome with open arms. Their style of play is so terrific.
No doubt about it. You know, guys like Ja Morant, I think he's got a chance to be one of the greats. And any list about the future of the NBA has to include Luka Doncic. I don't know if there's a better basketball talent than that young man. And, you know, let's not forget about Devin Booker out in Phoenix as well. A terrific, terrific player.
3 terrific kids. You're right.
He's certainly been cold this quarter, guys, but trying to shoot his way back into a groove.
Barton, wide open. He fires. Buries the long-range jumper.
A shot Barton can make, that one is. So if you're the defender, you have to at least honor that.
And so Beverly will bring it up for the Clippers, trailing by 5. 1:10 left in the first quarter of the game. Pass to George. From deep. An absolute bomb from three-point range. George has got 5 points so far.
With that now, only 2 of 7 to start the game. Not the start he was hoping for.
Now here's Porter. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. And here's Jokic. Back to Murray. Over Beverly. Murray, no good.
They hold the early advantage on the glass.
Yeah, nothing major, not a huge advantage, but certainly a good sign for them going forward.
Morris finds Ibaka. Here's George. Martin defending. And it's George again missing.
Well, you've got to be there defensively. I mean, that's an easy mid-range jumper that he'll typically drain.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
It's a scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
A 3 from Morris. And another miss by Denver. On the wing, Jackson fires from deep. No good on that one. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. The Nuggets on top. They're up by 2. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And when you consider how Denver is doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you look at the energy, the effort defensively, they put it all out there in that opening quarter.
They've got Kennard, DeMarcus Cousins out there with Batum. Then it's Patrick Beverly, and it's Man in at the 3 spot. They're the group out there for the Clippers starting the second quarter. And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That's foul number 2 for him.
And that's foul number 2. And maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another beforehand.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Leonard comes in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Jackson in for Patrick Beverly. The Clippers in the lead. Kennard on the wing. Passes it to Leonard. Off by Leonard.
And Leonard enjoys jamming it home. You've got to keep him as far away from the hoop as possible.
Jackson against Morris. And the call will be against Luke Kennard. That is his first foul of the game. Second quarter of basketball, about 1 minute played so far. Los Angeles leading by 3. The drive by Cousins, and Cousins throws it down.
Boy, he gets a head of steam like that. He is a terror to behold. Cousins getting it done.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Morris with the bucket.
If you allow him to get that close, you deserve to get scored on.
Clippers have gone a nice 3 of 3 to start the second. And now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second quarter. Over in the corner, Cousins. Pass to Man. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Just 5 to shoot. Shoots from the line. Up again. Cousins on the follow. Cousins has got the lead up to 5 now for Los Angeles.
And doing much better now in that first quarter, converting less than 30% of their field goal opportunities, bouncing back nicely here in the second.
Here's Gordon, fouled in the act of shooting, gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Aaron Gordon is no pushover, far from it. I mean, with the ability to knock down shots despite contact, this young fella's impressive.
For the Clippers, Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Leonard, and George is subbed in for Jackson.
And no doubt last season was a bit of a step backwards for Aaron Gordon. After that breakout 2019 season, his numbers just didn't hold up.
And, you know, Greg, the issue was his shooting. You know, Gordon had a tough time from distance, especially from three-point range. Some of that is is maybe mechanics, but also shot selection a part of it. And I also thought he was a little more passive with the ball, maybe a little more indecisive. But again, he's a young player, really young player, so I'm thinking it was probably just an off year for him, and he'll bounce back in good fashion.
The pass to Kennard to the inside. Fires from 18, and the shot is long.
And it's just one of those days, guys. He has just struggled to shoot the basketball.
Here's Morris, and he hits it to tie the game up. Morris has got his second bucket of the game to go. And there's a minute 45 left to play here in the second quarter. George looking around. The Clippers keep it alive. Batum passes to Mann. For the three. Los Angeles with another miss. And Morris has got the ball here for the Denver Nuggets. Gordon dishes to Morris. Back to Gordon. He kicks it to McGee. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Well, you look at McGee and the career resurgence he's undergone, guys, outstanding. I mean, when he's been in the right situation, he's been very effective.
Big group substitution here for Denver. Here's George. He has 5. Looking to end the run. That doesn't go either for George.
The struggles just continue this quarter. They can ill afford to have this many empty possessions.
Pass to Barton. Bowl dishes to Barton. Passes it to Bowl. 6 to shoot. Back to Barton. Lets it go from deep. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. To the paint. Here's Morris. And he gets it to go. Morris has got the game tied up here for the Clippers.
An efficient scorer inside. Morris can beat you with a variety of moves.
Barton against George. It's Barton with the drive. Good on the shot. Barton's got 5 now. George with the ball. From deep three-point range. And a close game so far through the first. Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everyone. Well, what can you say about superstar big man Nikola Jokic? Jamal Murray said, that's all for now. Say goodbye.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Brady, we hear this a lot. It's almost too popular now to say good offense beats good defense. Being a defensive-minded player yourself, do you agree with that statement?
Absolutely, Kevin. And the thing is, in today's game, when I played, there was an era, you could hold teams in the 80s and 90s. You could go a quarter and keep them at 12, 15 points. You can't do that now. It's different. You've got to be able to win stretches of 2 and 3 minutes. And honestly, you're right. The offense does dictate far more, but it doesn't discount the importance of defense. And if you still look at the reigning champs and the teams that have won titles recently, that's still one area that they're consistent in is their defensive approach.
Second half underway. Here's who Mike Malone's got on the floor. They've got Nikola Jokic. Michael Porter's out there at Bowl. Then it's Will Barton, and it's Murray in at the 1 spot. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Beverly, the pass to Jackson. Shoots over Barton. Morris outside, 4 on the shot clock. And stolen by Barton. Now Porter. No points in the game yet for him. Barton with it. Guarded now by Morris. And a wide open look for Porter. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Now here's Beverly. And the 3 off target.
And they start the second half with 3 straight misses.
Beverly against Murray. Bull kicks to Jokic. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. And it's a 9-point Nugget lead.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start. And drafted with the 41st pick back in 2014. How about this, Jokic, the definition of a sleeper pick. He was actually asleep when the Nuggets drafted him.
The story goes on that his brother called him up trying to congratulate him, and Nico hung up in his face. How about that? Didn't hear the news until the next morning. He certainly has a different way of going about things, but there's no denying he's got a lot of game, and it's fun to watch.
Jokic draws the double, and it's blocked by Ibaka.
Just insane length and leaping ability. Ibaka can reject shots from anywhere on the floor.
So, for the Clippers, DeMarcus Cousins. He's checked in for Zubac. Paul George comes in for Reggie Jackson. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Big group substitution here for Denver. Paul Millsap is checked in for Bull. Gordon comes in for Michael Porter. Rivers, he's checked in for Barton. And Monte Morris subbed in for Murray.
Man, you've got to like the way George puts the right touch and arc on his shots from deep. He's an outstanding shooter from range.
Morris finds Millsap. Morris looking over the floor. Up and in on the layup. Morris has got 6.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Here's Rondo, and it's sent back by Jokic.
Outstanding timing from Jokic there. Then the superb reach to wipe away the shot.
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Outside Gordon. 1:15 left to play here in the third. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And they're scoring much more efficiently here in the second half, and they've gotten that field goal percentage above 50.
I tell you what, any team will take that. I mean, if you're shooting over 50%, it means you're getting the kind of looks you want on offense, and you're being smart about it, and you're knocking down the good shots that you get.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
And those second chance points can add up.
And if you're the defensive team, it just kills you to give up baskets like that.
Morris. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Cousins has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Here's Leonard, and the shot goes down. Leonard's got his second bucket.
And busting it up the floor. Leonard showing a lot of energy on the fast break. If there's one thing he doesn't lack, it's hustle.
Morris outside to the middle. Here's McGee. It's good.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Jackson against Morris. And here's Jackson. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. 5 on the clock. Pass to Kennard. From deep. That shot missing. And so it's Denver in the driver's seat. Up 8 points at the end of the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Served him up a tasty room service dime right there, boy.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter. Batum is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Luke Kennard. Then it's Patrick Beverly, and it's man in at the 3, the small forward. That's who's out there for the Clippers. 6 on the shot clock. And the ball travels out of his hands. It was last touched by Jokic.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Aaron Gordon, he's checking in for the Nuggets. Barton comes in for Monte Morris. Clippers trail by 8. Outside, George. Here's Zubac. Back to George. Zubac with it. Kicks to Leonard. There's the triple. That one, no good. And it's Denver the other way. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Jokic finds Gordon. Off target from outside. And so Beverly will bring it up for Los Angeles. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets. George, no good. Denver leading by 8. And here comes the break. Feeds it to Millsap. Count that one.
Tell you what, you can hit him, slap him, try to wrap him up. Really doesn't matter because Millsap is so strong, he's able to fight through all of that.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for Denver.
Well, I got to say, one thing that stuck out all game is the consistent penetration they've got.
And I also love the way they move the basketball. Their passing has been outstanding here in the second half.
And again, it's the Clippers missing.
Yet that's another miss for him. They're behind in this game largely because he shot so poorly.
Murray kicks to Jokic. Fires from the wing. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Jokic has got the lead up to 13 now for the Nuggets. Outside, George. Beverly deciding where to go with it. Three-pointer. And it's Jokic with the rebound. Jokic has got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. Millsap has the open look. Offensive rebound. Outside, Gordon. Jokic kicks to Murray. Jokic with it. George picks him up. Murray dishes to Gordon. It's hauled in by Zubac. Clippers trail by 13. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
There's not much a defender can do when George decides to go up with the pull-up. I mean, you got to respect both his shooting and his driving ability because of his speed on the dribble.
Back to Gordon. Leonard with the steal. From deep, George. Paul Millsap with the rebound. The Nuggets leading by 10. Jokic finds Barton. Wide open look here for Murray. No good on the 3. The Clippers running out of time. They've only given up 5 points here in the fourth quarter. Here's George. And it's George again missing. Denver's gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. Here's Jokic. Outside for Murray. The Nuggets moving the ball around. The shot's good. And that's a double-double for him now. 10 points and 11 rebounds. Now George. There's the pass to Zubac. George passes to Leonard. Los Angeles with another miss. For Denver, they've gotten only 3 of their 9 field goal attempts to go down since the end of the third. Pretty cold down the stretch.
And there's no doubt about this one. Playing with a lot of confidence tonight. It's a statement victory for Denver.
Free throws were a big factor in this one.
You know, it's always great to get a lot of shots at the line, but the key, they were able to convert tonight. You start making free throws, and it can get you the win.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Jokic.
And the way he rebounded, he surely was a spark for the team as he was securing everything that came off the iron.
Murray kicks to Dozier. Outside Millsap. Here's Murray up on top. That's good. And it's Millsap with the assists.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yep, to have a stress-free win on the road, very satisfying. The fans are already headed for the exit.
Jackson has the open look. So it's the Nuggets winning this one easily. A solid win on the road for them. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us. That'll the starters for the Dallas Mavericks. Marjanovic is out there with Porzingis. Then there's Luka Doncic. Then it's Josh Richardson. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3 spot. And for the Clippers, Ibaka is out there with Morris. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Zubac in at the 5. Now here is Morris. Pass to George. Clock at 6. Shoots over Doncic. Mavericks with the rebound.
The homecoming for Paul George, playing in L.A. with the Clippers. They gave up a king's ransom to OKC. 5 first-round picks and Danilo Gallinari and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
So he gets them both.
And guys, the Clippers were willing to give almost anything for PG because they basically got Kawhi Leonard in the deal as well.
And let's remember, GA, he could have been a Laker. They would have had to trade away the 2nd pick in the 2017 draft. That or Brandon Ingram. Their loss became the Clippers' game.
And it's George finishing it off.
I mean, he is explosive with his leaping ability. Paul George is well-versed in finishing above the rim.
Now, here's Doncic. Marjanovic down low. Ibaka on him. Here's Doncic. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
And he's capable of scoring from anywhere, really. Doncic has a strong grasp here of the mid-range.
George against Doncic. And it's George missing.
Missing that one helps out all the analytical guys from the mid-range.
That's good from Doncic on the assist by Richardson. Doncic has got his 2nd basket of the game. And here's Beverley. Now the pass to Zubac. Doncic with the steal. And so they foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Doncic kicks to Richardson. Finney Smith passes to Porzingis. Dallas moving it around. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Doncic. Shot is good off the back rim and in. Doncic has got 6.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
It makes sense, right? You're trying to get off to a fast start, and he can help with that.
Ibaka finds George. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
In OKC, Paul George shows he could be an MVP caliber performer. With Kawhi on the Clippers, he could be that 1B or that 1A.
And Dallas going with a whole new group out there.
We've seen him put a lot of pressure on the defense and then cash in at the line.
Here's Powell, and it's blocked by Ibaka.
And that's how you do it. Ibaka still able to surprise people very quick off the floor.
So for the Clippers, Batum comes in for Serge Ibaka, and it's Luke Kennard in for Paul George.
And PG, you know, he has the versatility to succeed in different roles. Doesn't have to dominate the ball.
Yes, and if anything, he's more comfortable scoring within the flow of the offense. With his all-around impact, doesn't need to force things to make winning plays. But if you need him to, he can.
Passes to Kennard. Here's Mann. Brunson covering. 1:35 left to play in the first. And it's Beverley missing.
This is the shot you want right at the rim. He just couldn't deliver.
And Batum brings length and a personal game to his spot on the wing. And his defense always a big asset for this team. He's the kind of player that everybody needs to have out there. Kind of a glue guy.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Jackson's checked in.
And a 5-star recruit coming out of high school. Powell had an excellent college career, yet he fell to the 2nd round of the draft. Didn't even hear his name called as he was selected during a commercial break.
Leonard, he's checked in for the Clippers. Now here's Brunson. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That's on Reggie Jackson. And G.A., even when he did arrive to the NBA, it took Powell a while to latch on.
You know, traded a couple times in his first year. He was assigned and recalled 10 times in about a month with Boston's D-League affiliate. Finally found a home in Dallas. Everything turned around from that point forward.
Now here's Jackson, and Leonard has it in the corner. Makes it off the glass.
One of the more physical wings in the league. Kawhi gets smacked there, but not to be denied.
Burke finds Brunson. Back to Burke. Shoots the 3. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. Clippers have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Man passes to Leonard. Kennard on the wing. Back to Jackson. Pass to Leonard. Leonard draws the double. Here's Jackson. Pass to Kennard. The tray. It's rebounded by Dallas. Here's Burke. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Textbook. Nice pass. Great catch. Even better finish.
8 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Outside Leonard. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Mavericks lead by 2. We'll be back shortly live from Staples. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And guys, what's your take so far on the Mavs?
You could see they were well prepared defensively coming into this one.
Yes, what they do, they take away the things that teams like to do offensively, also keeping them out of sync.
We've got Ibaka. He's out there with Marcus Morris. Luke Kennard out there with DeMarcus Cousins. And it's Man in at the point guard. They're the group out there for the Clippers starting the second quarter. And the shot goes in from Kristaps Porzingis. Greg, 11 years for you in the NBA. You had to have some favorite players that you played besides and with.
You know, it's a great call, and there were a ton of them. A few guys, though, will. So Gary Payton, I got a chance to play with Gary for a year and have known him. We used to go at it in high school. And it's really about his personality. This is a guy that constant chatter, practice on the court. That's what fed his confidence. Charles Oakley, another guy, he would run through a wall or through you to win a game. And then Scottie Pippen later in my career, just a winner and somebody who I competed against for many years, but then having the opportunity to play with up close, I got a greater appreciation for his skill set.
The pass to Zubac. Back to George. Six to shoot. Zubac kicks to George. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. George has got 8 points.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
George against Doncic, and the shot goes in.
Playing at his tempo, his pace, he's been dialed in all night.
Now here is George. He's got 8. Back to Beverly. George against Doncic. George, no good. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Batum comes in for Ivica Zubac. And it's Leonard in for Paul George. Marjanovic checked in for Dallas. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And Greg, Josh Richardson's a terrific ball handler out on the wing who can create for others.
Richardson gets a lot of assists per game at that wing position, not just looking to finish plays, but also to create for others. Very well-rounded threat on the offensive end, and that gives this team another dimension in terms of playmaking.
And an intentional foul right there. Dallas making a switch here. Brunson's checked in. Inside, here's Porzingis. Count the basket. Porzingis has got the lead up to 8 now for Dallas.
A defensive breakdown there, no doubt about it. I mean, he's a guy you have to be focused on defensively.
Leonard kicks to Morris. Leonard on the wing. Richardson covering. Shot clock at 6. Porzingis with the block.
And with his length, Porzingis can be very disruptive on D. Not easy to get the shot off over that huge frame.
And a new group getting ready for Dallas. Dwight Powell's checked in for Porzingis. Billy Cauley-Stein comes in for Marjanovic. Tim Hardaway Jr.'s checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Burke in for Richardson. And that's an intentional foul. The Mavericks have made all of their free throws so far tonight, going 6 for 6. First free throw is good.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
Big group substitution here for the Clippers. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for Los Angeles. It's a 10-point game. Here's Leonard. Scores for only the second time tonight. Now 2 for 6 from the field.
This is what Leonard gives you. Reliable, productive, turns out positive plays.
Here's Burke. Got a hand on it. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Here's Leonard. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Cauley-Stein with the defensive effort.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
Burke can't get it to go. Clippers trail by 8. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Here's Brunson. There's 53 seconds left in the first half of the game. Burke dishes to Powell. Back to Burke. And the rejection by Leonard.
Strong instincts and positioning. Kawhi read that shot all the way.
And that one, good. Now just a 4-point Maverick lead.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Burke, the pass to Brunson. Now here's Burke. He's tightly guarded. 6 on the shot clock. Powell, that's good.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Now here's Leonard. Burke covering. Up top, Leonard. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. It's going to go on Trey Burke.
Good job inviting contact. The closer Leonard gets to the rim, the more dangerous he becomes.
Leonard hits them both. The 3 for Doncic. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. It's Dallas. Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, back. The first quarter for the Mavericks was fairly even. The largest lead they had was 6 in the opening.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
And it's not like everything's been at the rim. There's been a number of jump shots along the way.
On the floor for Dallas. Doncic out there with Richardson. Then there's Marjanovic. And there's Porzingis. And it's Finney-Smith in at the small forward position. Doncic kicks to Marjanovic. That's tipped. It's stolen by Ibaka. And pushing it up. Here's the Clippers. Here's George. Banked in off the glass. George has got the first bucket of the third here for the Clippers.
Excellent concentration from Paul George, overwhelming the aggressive defense with his strength and determination.
Back to Doncic. Chalk up two there. Doncic has got 12 points in the game.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded-out game.
Well, coming into the league with immense potential, Porzingis has already fulfilled much of it, already an all-star. But, you know, Greg, there are still areas he's working on.
Yeah, he's definitely getting stronger and more physical. You'd like to see him make the next pass a little more often when a teammate has a better shot. But if he can just stay healthy, boy, the sky's the limit on what he can accomplish.
Hardaway's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Here's Marjanovic. An easy 2 points on the layup. And now a 6-point Dallas lead.
Unselfish, moving the ball. Love to see this kind of offense.
George looking around. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5-for-8 clip.
At 6'8", Paul George is a threat inside, looking very comfortable from in there.
Doncic against Zubac. And Doncic gets it to go.
Terrific game plan coming out of halftime. A perfect 3-for-3 from the field.
Doncic with the steal. Here's Porzingis with a fast break chance, and he commits the intentional foul. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Marcus Morris comes in for Leonard. And Dallas with a change here, too. LA's checked in. And it's Doncic missing.
Even though that one didn't go down, I like the offensive game plan here. 3 for 4 coming out of the break.
And an excellent pass by Morris, a guy known for his finishing ability, but he also has the skills to facilitate.
Doncic against George. Outside, Porzingis. Here's Doncic. Shakes him. It's not going to go for him. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. And the foul called on Porzingis. That'll be his second foul of the game. Jalen Brunson, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Stolen by Brunson. And here we go. The Mavericks on a fast break. And there's the foul to try to stop the break. And that'll be a clear path to the basket. 2 free throws coming up. And they'll retain possession. This is his third trip to the free throw line in the game.
And I like what he did at the line a season ago. How about 81%?
Greg, can you really compare players from completely different eras? I mean, people love to talk about the greatest of all time.
You know, Kev, some players do transcend eras. There is no doubt about that. Wilt's a great example, and there are many others. But in reality, to your point, the style and the way in which the game was played was so different that it isn't fair. I mean, all you can be is the best of your generation, or one of the best. And I think that should stand no matter what the conversation is.
Like, there's no doubt in your mind Oscar Robertson could play in this era as well as he played when he played.
No doubt. Bill Russell, all those guys,
yes,
they're truly
yes.
great ones. So much of your ability to perform at a high level is built around your confidence and your belief in your abilities. And those guys had it as much as anybody who's ever played the game.
Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Jackson dishes to Leonard. That shot off. Cauley Stein with the defensive effort. Pass to Brunson. Reverses. Back to Burke. Hardaway passes to Powell. And Cousins comes over to help. Cauley Stein. And boy, that looked like goaltending. Yes, it is. And so they will award the basket there.
Yeah, that's a tough call for the ref to make there. I'm not sure it was on the way down, but that's how they saw it.
Jackson against Brunson. 46 seconds left here in the third quarter. It's Jackson with the drive. Shot clock at 5. It's deflected. Cauley Stein with it. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
For the Clippers, Zubac is checked in for Cousins. Batum comes in for Leonard. And Marcus Morris subbed in for Jackson. Then for the Mavericks, Marjanovic checked in for Dwight Powell. Nicolo Melli comes in for Trey Burke. And Dorian Finney-Smith subbed in for Tim Hardaway Jr. Pass to Brunson. Beyond the arc. Here's Cauley Stein. Here's Marjanovic. And the layup's good off the glass. Marjanovic has got 4 points this quarter.
Not just selling for something along the perimeter. Excellent job.
And so it's Dallas, enjoying a 12-point lead. And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. And it's the Clippers with the ball, down by 12. We've got Patrick Beverley. Baca is out there with Morris. Then it's Paul George. And it's Zubac in at the 5, roaming the paint. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers.
So far, George's competitive play has worked well. He's getting just about everything to fall.
Richardson outside. Doncic kicks to Richardson. Back to Doncic. It's to Porzingis. And it's blocked by Ibaka. But they get it back. And there's the pass to Finney-Smith. Back to Richardson. Tries again. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Super assertive on the offensive end. Something Josh has worked on, and it's paid off.
And he makes the first. And Richardson drops them both. And so George will bring it up for the Clippers. A 12-point game. Falls right in. He is 8 for 11 with that shot.
Playing from behind right here. Not easy, but he is answering the bell.
The reason why is not just scoring. It's the way he's doing it. Efficient. That's what you need at this point in the game.
And he comes up with the deuce.
Offensively, there's few things on the court Porzingis can't do. He can use his length, strength, or both.
Outside, George. Shot clock at 6. That shot misses. Nice D from Porzingis. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. From outside, off the mark. Clippers trail by 12. Beverley the pass to George. And the basket is good. George has got 20.
And this team's struggles are not his fault. He's putting in work at the offensive end.
Now, Doncic. For 3. Takes a 3. Morris with the rebound.
And yeah, that old adage about being too wide open, not a thing. He just missed it.
Mavericks leading by 10. And now they decide to foul intentionally. Kawhi Leonard, he's checked in for Morris. And then for Dallas, Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Marjanovic. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And Trey Burke subbed in for Richardson.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
And it's George finishing it off.
I love the patience Beverley has developed with the ball in his hands. Terrific find.
Doncic looking it over. And those are the starting lineups. Lots of interesting matchups tonight. Welcome, sports fans. Thanks for joining us. It's the DA. Take it away.
Hey, Kevin. The map.
It might indeed, David. Well said. Thank you for that report. And the Clippers starting five. We've got Kawhi Leonard. Baca is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Beverly in at the point. And for the Mavericks, Doncic out there with Josh Richardson. And there's Porzingis. Then there's Marjanovic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 spot.
And known as a tremendous shooter for his size, Porzingis wasn't quite as accurate last season, which surprised some people.
Yeah, and you know, Greg, some people would automatically assume that because Doncic attracts so much attention that Porzingis would get more wide-open looks. But you got to remember, Porzingis missed a full season and was coming off an injury and needed to reacclimate himself to NBA gameplay. So that takes usually a season plus another season before you're all the way back.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
Terrific, talented backcourts tonight. Greg, did it ever add anything for you playing across another top-level guard?
Listen, it raises the stakes, no doubt about it. You always want the opportunity to play against the best because you want to see where you stand. But in the end, even when you know a guy's better than you, and you're going to have that be the case a lot of nights, you still know that you will have an ability to impact the outcome when it comes to winning. And that's where you have to keep your focus.
Leonard, no luck.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
No good from Finney Smith.
Yeah, slow start right now. 5 straight misses to get this one done.
Yes, that goes in.
Yeah, and for mid-range, Leonard's jump shot is money. It doesn't matter if it's off the dribble or catch and shoot. He never loses his touch.
Now, here's Doncic. Richardson finds Doncic. Now, here is Ibaka. Now the Clippers moving it up. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And Leonard enjoys jamming it home. Got to keep him as far away from the hoop as possible.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
And Doncic gets it to go.
Yeah, going hard to the rack, making a statement here early on.
Yeah, that's how he rolls. I mean, intimidate the opponent right now.
Now, here's Leonard. 6 points for him, and he gets the bucket.
Boy, they're on fire right now, cooking with gas, starting this one out 4-5.
Dallas has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Richardson the pass to Doncic. Marjanovic kicks to Richardson. Back to Marjanovic. Dallas moving the ball around. 6 on the shot clock. Kicks it out to Richardson. No good from outside. Clippers leading by 5. Here's Leonard. And then Leonard with the dunk.
Love the unselfishness of Beverly. I mean, when he sees his teammate wide open, he quickly gets him the ball.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Dwight Powell's checked in for Marjanovic. Nicolo Melli comes in for Porzingis. Tim Hardaway Jr.'s checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Luka Doncic. The Mavericks have shot 2 free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so far.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort.
Now, here is George. And it's off from three-point range. To the right side. Here's Brunson. They get the rebound.
Boy, intensity always a good thing, and Powell brings it solid at getting after offensive rebounds for his team.
George looking over the floor. Count that bucket.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Mavericks trail by 4. Hardaway with a wide open look. And the 3 ball is good.
Encouraging to see Hardaway Jr. knock it down from there, proving he can do damage from this area.
George finds Kennard. This one for 3. Here's Mann. Rebounded by Hardaway. And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Kicks it out to Richardson. Pass to Brunson. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
A different look for Dallas. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Melli. And it's Burke in for Josh Richardson.
And you can see that even though he ties the game up, disappointed he couldn't give him the lead.
And George, here we go, missed inside.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Yeah, I like the way they're setting the tone. They're really playing with a lot of energy here at the start.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
George passes to Mann. George against Brunson. And it's George finishing it off.
Boy, I tell you what, George has tremendous bounce ability. It's always fun to see him launch and throw it down.
And And that concludes a high-scoring first quarter with both teams tied up. And we'll get going after this from the American Airlines Center. Recently, we spoke with Patrick Beverley about his throwback.
Old school basketball, and it's fun.
Now, pound for pound, Greg, Beverley may be the most physical player in the league.
And he also gets in your head. It's a combination that allows him to get stops against guys as big as Kevin Durant.
And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. And what do you think, guys, about Dallas here in this one?
Showing a lot of confidence in their rotation. They went right to that bench when they needed points.
And, you know, when the bench is playing such a big role early, that certainly allows the starters to stay fresh throughout the game.
Here are the five the Clippers have to start the second. DeMarcus Cousins out there with Morris. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's man in at the 3 slot. Here's Doncic after the basket by Los Angeles. And he makes good on the layup. Doncic has got the lead up to 2 now for Dallas.
Well, you look at Doncic, so confident, even from this area. He knows he can make it happen.
Here's George. Uses the glass to finish the layup. George has got 8.
Not much resistance from the defense. Easy play that time for him.
Up top, Doncic. And it goes down 2 points.
Well, the main weapon in Doncic's attack. He really excels at finding lanes and then taking advantage of them.
And it was interesting how the Dallas franchise sold its fans on Doncic. Ownership told them, think of a 6'7" steal.
Oh, yes, sir. Come on, bring it. Yeah, you know, George really enjoys being in the air. I mean, this guy has great body control and bounce, and his slams at times can be absolutely sick.
Out to Hardaway. Pass to Brunson. Over George. Brunson, no good. The Clippers have gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. And the wide open shot from Morris. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. And stolen by Cousins. Here's George. The shot from the low post is good. George has got 8 here in the quarter.
Tell you what, he has been feeling it, guys, and the best game plan right now, it's elementary. Just keep feeding him. Let him eat.
The Mavericks trailing. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Marjanovic checked in for Cauley Stein. Porzingis comes in for Dwight Powell. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Jalen Brunson. And it's Richardson in for Hardaway. And that one is good. Now it's a 4-point Los Angeles lead.
And he moves so well. When Leonard drives the lane, it's pretty much a guaranteed bucket. Terrific body control, and he plays with the ultimate force.
Richardson finds Doncic. Unable to get that one. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. Leonard with no one around. Offline with his 3. And so here is Dallas. Doncic right side. Dallas moving the ball around. Porzingis passes to Marjanovic. Shoots over Zubac. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions. You got to love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And, you know, you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
Shot to stop the run, and Doncic lays it in. Doncic has got 8.
He's starting to find himself out there now. You know, he's taking much better shots here in the second quarter.
1:09 left to play here in the half. Beverley, it's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Man, I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
59 seconds left to play in the first half. Here's Doncic. 8 points for him. Good. 10 points for him.
and their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
Well, it was a slow start, but they've gone from simmer to medium heat, and they're bordering on hot to close this gap. A total defensive collapse. I mean, no reason to allow him that kind of space from behind the arc.
Doncic against Leonard. Count the basket.
You know, he's got to be exasperated right now, fellas. I mean, playing excellent ball, but they're still losing.
The shot and game clock separated by 4. Morris gets to Beverly. Outside Leonard. And the rejection by Marjanovic. Count that one. Here's Doncic. 12 points for him. Lets it go with a 3. Drains it from beyond the arc.
You know, you can see the confidence Doncic shoots the ball with, especially when he gets room to pull the trigger from deep. No hesitation.
And that'll do it for the first half of competitive. Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, and welcome back to the Kawhi Leonard is having one of those nights. He had 14 points and 1 assist. He was on the fringes in their last game. Tonight, he's been the center. Hey.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
Man, how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
Porzingis is out there with Marjanovic. Then it's Josh Richardson. Then there's Doncic, and it's Finney Smith in at the 3, the small forward. So that's who Rick Carlisle starts the second half with. Greg, we have a league of many great playmakers, don't we?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. LeBron James is obvious. You know, he played point guard technically for the first time last season, but he's always been a floor general. You look at a young man like Ja Morant, and he's been on the attack since day one when he hit the league. And there's so many more of those guys that are having an impact, understanding the value of that lead guard position. It is fun to watch.
It is so fun to watch. I agree. Shoots from the block, and it's off the back rim. No good. Mavericks trail by 6. And here is Doncic, and he makes that one.
Boy, the take charge mentality of Doncic on display there. The quick fire approach demonstrates his confidence.
George finds Ibaka. And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Now the pass to George. Three-pointer. And it's George again missing. It's a neck-and-neck game here in Dallas. Richardson attacking. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Ibaka's got 6 rebounds in the game. Outside, George. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Clippers lead by 6.
And the ability to generate points off offensive rebounds, something Ibaka did a lot earlier in his career before he started spending so much time on the perimeter. That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
He gets it in there.
I love the activity. George is not just a perimeter player, folks. You can depend on him down low, too.
Doncic outside. A wide open look here for Porzingis. They get it back. That one, no good. Los Angeles leading by 8. And it's Beverly missing. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Doncic with the bucket.
I love the spirit he's shown tonight, particularly on the offensive end.
Boy, I tell you what, the hole would be a lot deeper if he wasn't being as efficient as he's been so far.
George with the bounce pass. Doncic with the steal. Here's Porzingis, and the dunk by Porzingis.
Doncic using quick, active hands. The fast break started beautifully because of it.
1:41 left in the third. Now, here is George. He's guarded closer. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. George has got 19 points.
He can be dangerous from outside. Sure, he didn't get one to go in the first, but we know he can get on a roll and knock him down.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. Leonard with the ball.
You know, there are differing opinions as to who the best defensive player in the league is. But no matter what, Kawhi is always in the discussion.
He's perfect from the line this time.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
Brunson scanning the floor. Banked in off the glass. Brunson's got 8 points.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Leonard attacking. Cousins trying to free himself up. And Leonard gets it to go. Leonard's got the lead up to 9 now for the Clippers. 36 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play. That'll put Trey Burke on the line. It's on Kawhi Leonard. The Mavericks shooting the 6th attempt at the free throw line tonight. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. We've got 22 seconds left in the third. Buries it down low.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Burke can't get it to go. And Patterson kicks to Jackson. And it's Patterson finishing it off.
That's the efficiency you want to see from Jackson, using his poise and vision to make a play.
And so it's Los Angeles with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. They're pounding the ball inside. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery.
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Morris. Then it's Ibaka. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Mann in at the 2 spot. And it's Leonard with the jam.
And there's only ever going to be one result when Kawhi's driving to the bucket, and it's going to be loud, and it's going to be painful.
Doncic with it. It's Ibaka picking him up. The shot's good.
And when he rises up, he knows he's probably going to get a clean look. It's a matter of executing.
You know, for me, it doesn't get any better than seeing big fellas who can use the mid-range jumper to their advantage.
Beverley, the pass to Ibaka. Stolen by Brunson. Here's Porzingis with fast break chance. Dallas moving the ball around. A nice shot by Melly.
Excellent court awareness from the big man there. Porzingis proving to be a reliable passer.
Beverley dishes to Leonard. Up and in, that's his 10th make in the contest. He has only taken 13 shots.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
I tell you, we're taking a look at some real deficiencies defensively. I mean, they've given up 5 straight good looks in the paint.
Brunson the pass to Melly. Clock at 6. Over in the corner, Doncic. Pass to Melly. Wide open look. Doncic. And Doncic is right there.
Tell you what, guys, I don't think you ever have to question Doncic's effort level. He attacks the glass and the game all the same.
Everly with the ball. Pass to Leonard. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
And throw it down, Kawhi. That was nasty. Love watching him go hard and attacking with power.
Doncic finds Brunson. And they go to the intentional foul. And some changes here for the Mavericks. Marjanovic checked in for Melly. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Jalen Brunson. And it's Richardson in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And then for Los Angeles, Zubac is checked in for Marcus Morris. And George is subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Doncic against Leonard. And foul on the shot. So he'll get a chance at the line.
You know, he's the third pick in the 2018 draft, guys, and Doncic seems poised to dominate this league for a lot of years.
All free throws good from Doncic. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Outside, George. Outside, Leonard. And he drops it in from the low post. Leonard's got 26.
And the fact that Leonard can pour it in like tonight, in addition to his defense, is really why he's one of the best two-way players we've ever seen.
Marjanovic passes to Richardson. Back to Marjanovic. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation. Clippers leading by 10. Outside, George. And Leonard has it in the corner. Out of bounds, Dallas takes possession.
Boy, that looked like a failure to communicate. You hate unforced errors.
1:31 left in the fourth quarter. Doncic kicks to Richardson. Pass to Marjanovic. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
Good, solid execution inside. That's exactly the look you want.
Now George. The pass to Leonard. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The three from George. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team. Morris is checked in for the Clippers. Patrick Beverly comes in for George. And here's Doncic from the arc. They get it back. Richardson kicks to Finney-Smith. The three for Doncic. Serge Ibaka with the rebound. And so Ibaka will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. And here are the Mavericks now. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. Marjanovic passes to Doncic. Second shot opportunity. That doesn't go either for Doncic. And here is Los Angeles now. They're leading by 8. And here's Morris for 3. Los Angeles with another miss. Here's Porzingis with fast break chance. Marjanovic finds Doncic. Bullseye.
No fear or hesitation in the eyes of Doncic. He loves the chance to take and make these big ones.
So the Clippers with the win. A narrow win. All right, David, great job. everyone. Thanks for joining us on 2K. Here are the 5 for the Clippers. Patrick Beverly out there with Paul George. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then it's Ibaka. And it's Zubac in at the 5 roaming the paint. And for the Trailblazers, we've got Robert Covington. He's out there with Norman Powell. Damian Lillard out there with Nurkic. And it's Simons in at the 2-guard position. Here's Simons to the inside. Stolen by Zubac. And here we go with Morris running it up the court. Ibaka against Covington. Out to Ibaka, who's back up. He can't get that one to fall. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way. Oh, and the rejection by Zubac. Goes up on the high post and stolen by Lillard. And here we go. Finished off the break.
Great dish from Nurkic there. He really has a sixth sense for those reads.
George dishes to Morris. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. Outside, George.
Power move from PG-13. He's added a lot of muscle to his frame over the years, putting it to good use right there.
Los Angeles shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
And last season, as a team, they knocked down 79% of their free throws. So those are numbers you'll be happy with. And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Nurkic kicks to Covington. George against Lillard. It's Powell on the wing. 5 on the clock. Here's Simon. And it's blocked by Ibaka.
And that's how you do it. Ibaka still able to surprise people very quick off the floor.
I'm glad we got to see the mobile one block once more. What a play.
Some intimidation right away. Got to show those shooters you're going to be there all night long. And as he gets deeper into his career, Serge Ibaka's shooting continues to improve. What a great job he's done of changing how he scores.
It's very impressive because a late bloomer Serge Ibaka has been on the offensive end. Let's look at last season, his highest point per game average, and he's in his 11th NBA season. And still has great efficiency on the offensive end, but sometimes he's overlooked as a scorer on this team.
Beverly feeling it out a bit. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Explosive first step off the bounce. Beverly has the speed to do this.
Lillard with it. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Hey, dunks aren't always for the big fella.
A serious power move from the point.
Forget just laying it in. He wanted to make a statement.
Now here's Beverly. And here's George for 3. No good there. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played.
It can be a little disheartening when you do everything right and come away with nothing.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Here's Anthony. Inside. Kicks it out to McCollum. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Clippers leading by 4. There's 1:47 left to play here in the first. Outside Leonard. Back to Jackson. Kennard on the wing. The pass to Jackson. Dishes to Leonard. Just 5 to shoot. Shoots over Cantor. Here's Cousins. Kicks it out to Leonard. Launches a 3. Rebound by the Trailblazers. And now the fast break. Anthony with the ball. There's Hollis Jefferson. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum.
And we talk about court awareness. There, McCollum doing a beautiful job spotting the open man.
Now here's Jackson. He is still scoreless so far in this one. Pass to Cousins. Back to Jackson. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
One of the best passes at the center position. Just another way Cousins affects scoring.
McCollum finds Cantor. Back to McCollum. Pass to Cantor. McCollum outside. Lobs it up for Cantor.
And great ball movement from CJ. That's the unselfish play you want from your guards.
And here's Jackson. Passes it to Mann. To the middle. No good from Cousins.
Woo, blown opportunity right there. Won't get many chances easier than that one.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Kennard. Now McCollum. Over Beverly. McCollum, no good.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Clippers ahead, up by 2. And we'll get the set. Damian Lillard told us before the game, when asked how he's
Humble beginnings. You know, I'm from
Well, some of the best stories in our league are about guys who struggled to get to where they are today.
And I really hope the young guys out there are listening to this. You don't have to be a 5-star prospect to achieve your dreams.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. Guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
I mean, offensively, I thought they did a good job of protecting the ball. And defensively, boy, were they disruptive.
Winning the turnover battle here early on, and you see that reflected in the score.
They've got Powell. Collins is out there with Enes Kanter. Then there's C.J. McCollum. And it's Anthony in at the small forward position. They're the group the Portland Trailblazers will start the second quarter with. Batum attacking. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist. Batum's got the lead up to 4 now for Los Angeles. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
McCollum with the ball. He's picked up by Cousins. Collins passes to McCollum. That's a 2 from Powell. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Now here's Beverly. Outside, Batum. Poked loose. Puts it up. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. Powell, no one around him. DeMarcus Cousins comes up with the rebound. Cousins has got 4 rebounds now tonight. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Great talkers over the years, trash talkers on the floor in this league. Do you think they do it more to get themselves going, Greg, or do they do it with the purpose of getting under their opponent's skin?
And Kevin, that's a great question. And believe it or not, you see both. I've seen guys who do it to get under your skin. And I've also seen guys that do it for their own benefit. That's how they derive their confidence. And so it's about you figuring out what works for you. I've seen some guys, they don't say smack. They don't say a word during the course of the game, but they'll cut your heart out. So it's just about what fits your personality in terms of making you play your best.
Well, I'm glad you don't trash talk here on 2K, Greg. I'll tell you that right now.
No, we don't do that.
George up top.
So comfortable in pick and roll. Paul George is a top-level ball handler who consistently makes the right play.
Well, you look at the career that Dame Lillard has had so far. Taken 6th in the 2012 draft out of Weber State, a small school, but this guy became a franchise player immediately for the Blazers.
Marcus Morris is checked in for Los Angeles. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Jackson. Simons the pass to Lillard. Nurkic finds Lillard. The Trailblazers rebound. Here's Simons, and there's the pass to Powell. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Covington inside the line, but they'll get another chance. They shoot again, and it's Norman Powell with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
And so Ibaka, he'll bring it up for the Clippers. In the second quarter, they've given up just 3 points. George looking around. Got a piece of it. Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. And Portland with another turnover here. Clippers leading by 5. And thinking of Lillard, the numbers over his career are incredible.
And Lillard found his strength as a shooter, and boy, did he exploit it. He's been averaging 20 points per game almost his entire career, and he's kept adding to his game as one of the elite players in our league.
That was excellent contest, preventing him from making something that's usually automatic.
Here's Lillard. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
And for someone who spends most of his time on the perimeter, Lillard's a terrific finisher inside. His moves to the basket aren't...
Wow, hammering it in!
Letting it all hang out when George takes flight. Just enjoy the show.
It's Powell on the wing, covered by Morris. Lillard. And the rejection by Zubac. Here's Leonard. He's just scored his first basket with that shot, making him 1 for 4.
Aggressive D there, but then again, Kawhi finishes through contact almost as well as anyone.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Ibaka, the pass to George. And George with the stuff.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. And now we've got the intentional foul. A different look now for Portland. Anthony comes in for Norman Powell, and it's C.J. McCollum in for Anthony Simons. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Serge Ibaka. Kennard, he's checked in for George. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Kawhi Leonard. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And when you think of McCollum, the word efficient comes to mind. This guy just shoots the ball and plays the game at a high level.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Cantor comes in for Yusuf Nurkic. And Collins subbed in for Robert Covington. Beverley with the ball. Pass to Kennard. Just 5 on the clock. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here.
That's how you run pick and roll. Kennard's a smart player who's gotten better at creating for others.
Here's Lillard. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They were never able to get the lead above 4. It was easy to see they were the... And that'll do it for us.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Paul George really making a difference here.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
He's been very effective on the move, forcing the action, getting to his spots, and finishing plays.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Ivica Zubac is out there with Ibaka. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Oh, that was something else.
You won't find too many players with a better understanding of the pick and roll than Lillard. He runs that set to a T.
The shot by George, wide open. Powell pulls it in. Trailblazers trail by 9. Here's Simons. It's hauled in by Beverley. George with the ball. Lillard picks him up. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Reagan, New York, you obviously played in a number of championship contending teams. What do the Knicks have to do to get back to that feel, that kind of team?
Well, listen, it starts with stability across the board, but mainly that means at the top. And you got to give this new front office, this new regime, an opportunity. I think they got some good young pieces. But title contenders are not in a constant state of flux right now. They've got to take their baby steps here and start moving in the right direction.
Like you say, it does begin in the front office. Beverley, the pass to George. 3-pointers off the mark. And so it's Covington who brings up the ball for the Portland Trailblazers. 9-point game. The shot by Powell, no good. For Los Angeles, they've gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. To the paint, here's Cousins.
A better athlete than some people give him credit. DeMarcus entertaining the crowd.
Lillard against George. Down low. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Ibaka. And now here's George, the fast break opportunity. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's on Damian Lillard.
Defense throws everything at George, but he persists and finds a shot.
And both free throws good for Paul George. Trailblazers trail by 13. Out to the wing. It's stolen by Morris. And the Clippers call time here. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Leonard kicks to Cousins. 4 on the shot clock. Leonard the pass to Cousins. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
This is what we talk about, valuing each possession, avoiding those kinds of mistakes.
And that was a great replay we just saw of our Mobile One block.
Emphatic with the rejection. You've got to appreciate that kind of forceful defense.
Here's McCollum. Cousins pulls it in. Cousins has got 6 rebounds in the game. Kennard, the pass to Leonard. And that one, good.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
McCollum against Jackson. And the rejection by Cousins. And it's out of bounds as the Portland Trailblazers retain possession. There's 1:54 left to play in the third. Shot is good, and the Los Angeles leads cut down to just 12 points with the basket from McCollum. Jackson looking around. Pass to Kennard. Leonard with the ball. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Kennard. Cousins trying to free himself up. Kennard's shot is off.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Cantor kicks to Hollis Jefferson. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Outside Anthony. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
And love the muscle Anthony brings to the 3 spot. Takes pride in outworking everyone when he's that deep inside.
Outside Leonard. Passes it to Cousins. Back to Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Beautiful location on the pass as usual. Led his man perfectly.
Kicks it out to Collins. Jackson against McCollum. He dishes it to Collins. Here's McCollum. 5 points in the game. And stolen by Cousins. Leonard the pass to Kennard. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And here's McCollum. Now the dish to Cantor. Back to McCollum. Lays it up and banks it in. McCollum's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Nice touch there from McCollum. Looking comfortable and confident from that range.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Creating plays for others, it's an art form, but it's also a discipline. Fantastic job.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. We've got Yusuf Nurkic, Robert Covington out there with Norman Powell. Then it's Damian Lillard, and it's Simons in at the shooting guard position. That's the group on the floor for Portland.
I love the patience Beverly has developed with the ball in his hands. Terrific find.
And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. They trail by 14. At the top of the key, Powell. It's Covington on the wing. Two points. That one goes.
Poor interior defense. If you play him soft, he's going to kill you.
And the pass to Morris. Now Zubac. He's guarded by Nurkic. Morris with the bucket. Morris has got his first points in this one.
An efficient scorer inside. Morris can beat you with a variety of moves.
Covington dishes to Nurkic. Covington in the corner. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Morris looking over the floor. Takes the three. The rebound by Simons.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Lillard attacking, and Lillard throws it down.
Almost unstoppable on the drive. Lillard's talent for ball handling, letting him just cut through the defense.
And an intentional foul right there. Kawhi Leonard's checked in for the Clippers. Stolen by George. Leonard with the ball. Now guarded by Nurkic. And that's an intentional foul. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. It's good from long range.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Ibaka.
And he jumped out to that ball immediately. Great reaction on that deflection.
A little bit late there, but you tried to get into your opponent's head. Forced them to go somewhere else with the ball, and he did that.
Clippers leading by 15. And here's George for three. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
Sometimes it's all about patience. His first three of the game, something to build on.
Lillard looking around. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. That one on George.
You know, Dame loves to test the defense like that, runs up against it, and then outworks them.
And both free throws good for Damian Lillard. Los Angeles has gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Now George. From deep three-point range. Rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Powell. And he floats in for the easy two. Credit the assist on that one.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
He is just unwilling to settle. He gets right to the rim and makes sure they come away with points.
And there's 1:45 left in the fourth quarter. 6 to shoot. The shot by George, no good. Trailblazers trail by 14. Over in the corner, Lillard lets the three fly. He can't hit that time. And the Clippers will come the other way. And George kicks to Beverly. Now here is George. From deep. And it's Portland with the rebound. Nurkic has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Portland moving the ball around. It's tipped.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for Los Angeles.
Fewer miscues made the difference.
Yeah, I mean, a great all-around effort. Not only did they minimize their turnovers, but kept the pressure up on D. forcing the other team to commit turnovers.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for George.
He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
And again, it's the Clippers missing.
Man, he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
You know, we're seeing players move further and further back to create space, but that does make it a tougher shot.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Giles checked in for Nurkic. Little comes in for Robert Covington. Derek Jones, he's checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Rondé Hollis-Jefferson in for Damian Lillard. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And here's McCollum for 3. Rebounded by Jackson. Trying to end the drought. Off target. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it.